Personal authority in real estate. I thought this would be a great topic to talk about today because there's something happening in the real estate industry right now, and there's lawsuits, there's rule changes, people buying everybody out, there's a lot of opinions, a lot of fear, there's so much noise going on in the market in general, in the world in general, and everywhere that we're looking at. We don't even know what's true and what's not true. And I think it's gotten people feeling kind of like, ooh, and just not trusting in their own voice and what they're thinking and what's right or wrong. And I thought it'd be incredible just to do this video to talk about personal authority in real estate and hard truths no one is really talking about, and where you should stand the line and ground when you are working with your clientele out there as agents. And also for you people that are buyers and sellers watching, just think about that working with your agent. I think what I'm noticing is not just confusion in the market, it's about a crisis of personal authority. It's kind of like that crisis we had of personal accountability. Everyone wanted to blame someone else, and it's not my fault, it's your fault. It's kind of like who moved my cheese book, if anybody has read that book. People are outsourcing their confidence right now on social media, on headlines, on influencers, brokers, and kind of fear-based narratives, and saying, I heard and read this, so what do you think about that? I can't tell how many messages I get around that, especially after the NAR lawsuit kind of settled down and everyone was freaking out about how we were going to be paid as agents. And I was like, people are crazy. We're going to get paid to work. Otherwise, we're not going to work. It didn't make any sense to me. I didn't leave a very lucrative business in the corporate world to come and not make money in sales. It doesn't make sense, right? In any other world in business, you do your job, you're going to get paid. It doesn't make sense. That being said, I kind of diverted there, but I think that people are outsourcing their confidence, and I think it's really important to gain your own personal authority. And I thought this video would be very timely. And since we're in this new amazing new year, and if you watch this is still something that can be evergreen, meaning like it can be withstanding besides the year, but it's being filmed right now in January 2026 as we're going into this new decade of year one, because we're finishing up the year. And I will do a video on 2016 to 2026. There was a whole social media post about that I thought was fascinating, because I was really shocked at what happened in the last 10 years and where my life is now compared to then. I thought that was fascinating. I'll probably put that on my Empowered Woman YouTube channel, so check that out too, because I have a different channel. But I'm Alicia Soe-Cal, I'm principal broker over for Five Realty of the state of Virginia. I have a team, The Collaborative. It's brokered by Five Realty. It's my brand, The Collaborative, a boutique brokerage that I rolled into Five Realty to open the state. It's cloud-based and also rev share. So if you got questions and you're thinking about making a move, or confused or wondering or having thoughts, love to have a conversation about you. Maybe in alignment, maybe not, but if you want to know about it, love to chat with you. All right, that's my little commercial. In talking about personal authority, I want to talk about what it actually means, why it is so much more important more than ever now, especially if you're working with buyers and sellers, if you're an agent out there, and just in business and life. It's so important to know where you stand, what the hard truths are, and why you need to stay grounded and sure about where you stand, like your trust and how people can trust to work with you and know this is where you are integrity wise. And I believe that this is something that can help you kind of withstand no matter what's going on in the market, who's the president, whatever's going on. You're not here to argue with someone, you're here to lead and to help people get to their next step in decision making for buying a home, selling a home, representing, if you're working with a team and attracting agents to you, right? So what is personal authority? Personal authority really is not arrogance. May seem like it when someone's taking authority over you, authority figures. It's not dominance. It's not someone bossing you around, and it's not the loudest voice in the room. Sometimes the most authoritative person is silent. Their presence alone, they walk in the room and everyone turns and watches, right? Personal authority is trusting in your own judgment, your inner voice, making decisions without needing constant validation. Are you that person that's like, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? You gotta question, do you have your own personal authority? Staying regulated when other people are reactive. The monks are walking through Richmond. They've done a walk for peace. I kind of sidelined some of these topics. The monks are walking for peace, and they've been walking since Texas, and they're going to hit Richmond here in the coming weekend. I'm excited to see them. But they spoke and they said the whole point of mindfulness or being still or having centeredness and as a human is that we have two animals in us, a monkey and a tiger. The goal is to quiet both of those voices. The monkey is the monkey in our mind that's spinning and always constantly thinking about things and scenarios and what ifs and and then the tiger is the reactiveness in us, the one that jumps and bites and comes to reactiveness, and you can actually visualize that if you think about it. And the goal is to quiet both of those, and when you do that, you have mindfulness. And I thought that was such a beautiful way to explain that. And when you have personal authority, you have mindfulness. And so that's what made me think about that when I was talking about personal authority. It's standing in your own values, even when the industry is not. or the industry's loud, or there's something like, what is going on here? This doesn't make sense to you. I think standing in your own values is really, really important. In real estate, especially because we're representing people's homes, their lives, whatever's going on in their life, their personal life's always attached to their home. It's a difference between being reactionary and being respected. And you can be still, even if someone's freaking out in front of you, and not have to engage in their craziness, right? And the hard truth is this. Hard truth number one is the industry's changing. It's gonna constantly change, but panic is optional. So change is inevitable. It's one of the givens. Like nothing ever stays the same. Sorry, there's always change going on. And just like we're all getting older, time's going by, whether you admit it or not, change is gonna happen. So you need to kind of go with it. Rules are gonna change. They're gonna change back. They're gonna change forward. They're gonna go this way and that way. And you just kind of have to go, okay, we're going over here now. It's better to be more fluid and flexible. Compensation conversations are gonna constantly evolve. You need to get with it and understand where you value, what your value is, what you offer, and why someone should compensate you for that. That's on you. That's your personal authority of what you get. You can say, no, I won't do that. Just like you can say, yes, I will, and no, I don't. So you have to make those decisions for yourself as an agent and be transparent on it, and consumers are more informed. We as consumers in real estate, as brokers and as real estate agents are also more informed too about clients. Like we get to say we don't want to work with them too, right? We're much more strict on funding and where they're getting their loan and all the different scams of people trying to get us. There's much more out there that are making us more cautious and reactionary as well. But panic comes from a lack of authority. Just remember that if you're panicking or starting to feel stressed, there's something in you that doesn't have authority over yourself, or it's not information, it's your own authority and trust in yourself and being grounded. And leaders don't panic, they interpret what that means. So if something happens, you can go, what does that mean to me and my business and my people, right? You don't have to get frazzled. The confidence disappears, when the headline drops. If that happens to you, that's something you need to think about. Like, why am I reacting to this headline that is probably not true and being written to be inflammatory? So that's something you need to think about for yourself too. Am I reacting to something that I don't even need to react to, right? So think about that for yourself. Why am I reacting? What is going on with me? This is just a headline. They're trying to get me to react, and you've fallen right into the bait of the big headlines, right? Don't do that. Stand in knowing that, this will pass, whatever this is, the noise is what it is. It doesn't really apply to you in this moment, and does it really affect you and your clients? If it doesn't, learn to process it and let it go. If it does, think about what it means and how you can translate it to help them move forward. Like, you be the filter for your client. Hard truth number two, if you don't understand your value, no one else will. Let me say that again. If you don't understand your value, nobody else will. You gotta love yourself. You gotta see that you're worth the money you're being paid. You can't be justifying why you're getting a percentage or what you're doing. I don't care how much this house costs, because you have years of expertise, hours and hours and hours spent, time that they don't even see of you working on it, service that you're providing, things you're paying for upfront, costs that you are carrying, your expertise, your knowledge. Sometimes you can't put a price on that, just like the creatives, people that create art, like they get paid millions, and they may have made that art once, but why should they get paid millions? Because there's a value that's been assigned to that. It's no different than that. You as an agent, you as an individual, in whatever business you're in, if this is real estate, this is real estate. If it's not, it's not. But whatever it is, you decide what the value is. And you say, there will be someone that sees your value because you see it. And that's the hardest thing. It's the biggest issue I see when people try to use commission compression, or, oh, it's fine, I'll give you a discount, or whatever, I'll cover that. It's because they're so desperate to get that business, and they think if they compete on price, that the value will be there. They're like, oh, it's okay, I'll get it because I'm giving them a little point off. What that does, it cheapens your value and what you're offering. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall there. Okay? Because you're worth more than that. And if you don't think that you are, then that's on you. But I know that I am, and I know my clients that work with me see the value I bring. I go above and beyond and bring tools and expertise and years of experience and confidence and knowledge and advice on helping them navigate the right route. And that's so important to be able to pass to your clients and know that's where you stand. Okay? And you having personal authority means you have to be able to explain what you do, why it matters to you and to them, how it protects your client, and why you're worth hiring. Calmly, clearly, and confidently. Calmly, clearly, and confidently. If you can't explain it this way and not defensively, you don't own it yet because you're defending yourself. Like, why do you need to defend yourself? It is what it is. You can pack up your bag and leave. If they don't want it, they don't want it. I know an incredible agent in Massachusetts. She owns a building company as well. She says she has a wait list for people to build. They're like, she even tells them, we're too busy. We can't build your house. oh, we'll wait for you. That's what they say, we'll wait for you, because they want to work with them so bad. How cool is that? That's value. They know their value, they know their skill, they know what they're worth. I think that's pretty impressive. That's a shout out to Susan Cadillac and Paul Cadillac. They own Cadillac Homes with a K. You know, agents who can't articulate a value are exposed now, because you can see it more and more and more now. If it's you, think about it, work on it, figure out what's going on in there. If it's not you, know that if you know your value, it's all going to work out. Because the market is unfair. You know, you never can define authority if you can't define what you're worth. And that's really, really important. Hard truth 3, outsourcing authority to your broker, your team, or your Instagram. Kind of dangerous. Kind of seems like it's not, because you're just landing on them. So really important. So, because I see agents say, my broker said this, or Instagram says that, or so-and-so says this. Everybody's doing this. Like, so that's telling someone that you don't have your own agency. You get to decide. That's dependency on someone else. You can say, I decided this and our brokerage is in alignment with that. That's different. But if you're saying everything because this is this, it's letting someone else believe that you're not an authority. So think about, language is really, really important, especially in this era today. So be mindful of the language you use, not just what you speak out, but what you speak in your head. Because what's going on in between here, your subconscious is hearing it, and your subconscious is going to affect your confidence and how you feel and your security. Very important. And that's something to think about too. So like, personal authority means you can listen to advice, right? You can listen, but you don't surrender your discernment and what your beliefs are. You can listen and take anything and not get defensive, because you know I'm good. Okay, that's cool. It doesn't bother you. That means you have personal authority. So I don't think it's important to know that you don't need to bend for someone. You don't need to have a consensus with someone. You can get their opinion and share it and just say, that's your opinion. That's awesome. I don't agree with it, but that's great for you. And not get defensive about it. That's very, very important. Hard truth number 4, this is a good one. Reactivity is costing people trust. The tiger, we talked about it. So if you're reacting and consumers are watching how we're responding. So if you see the same video that everyone's repeating over and over again, now is the time, that's a reaction to what everyone else is thinking they should. It's like this whole like battle cry. And they're used to it now. It's like that, let's freak everybody out and make everybody do something, right? It doesn't make sense to someone. People can see right through it. Are you calm, clear, and educational, or are you defensive, chaotic, and emotional? Ask yourself those questions. You want to be calm, clear, and educational, right? Not reactive. Authority is not proven in easy markets. That's what's really interesting. People think when things were like flowing and everything was all easy in 2021, meaning that there was a flow of buyers and the rates were low and houses were selling and that you had authority. It's not proven then, it's proven under pressure. That's just like friction, and you build muscle under lifting weights. It's the friction pushing against something that makes the diamond, and everyone talks about that. So it's important to remember, like, welcome the problem, because solving the problem is helping you grow and get stronger in business. And business means solving problems, because otherwise you wouldn't have a business, because there's nothing to solve. There's no reason for someone to pay and hire you, right? So your business is solving a problem. You just have to figure out how to address it, how to tackle it, and move forward seamlessly with helping your client feel secure and that you have authority getting it done. You know, agents that can't slow things down and explain what's happening without fear, the ones that actually can slow down, explain things without fear, will win long term, because it's trust. They're building trust because they're not causing fear and they're not causing people to react. It's like calming everybody down, right? It'll be fine. Everyone calm down. My husband's very calm man. Everyone talks about that. He amazes me at his ability to be so diplomatic and so calm. It's probably his number 1 trait. Hard truth number 5. Not everyone who survives this season will thrive. Hate to say it. It's uncomfortable, but it's true. People that leave the market, the industry is thinning. Some people are just like, this isn't for me. I only want it when it's easy. And that's okay. Or people are like gonna retire, like, I'm done with this. It's not a punishment, it's a refinement. And it's also understanding, like, if you think that this is easy and this business is easy and real estate's easy and that sales is easy, anything is easy, making YouTube channels easy, then you probably should pack up and leave. Like, I think we do a really good job of making it look easy, but it's because we do it every day, in and out, day. And if you've been doing it 10 plus years with hundreds and hundreds of deals and clients, you're used to it. You're used to the diet. It's normal for you, but it's not easy. I think it's really important to understand that this is part of what we signed up for. It's business, it's growth, it's moving forward. You're going to see deals that freak you out, the deals that cause drama, and deals that are going easy. But not everything is the same in our business. I think it's important to understand to welcome the hard stuff that comes and helps you get stronger as an agent, as a team leader, as a leader in general. Those who invest in their skill, that's why coaching is so huge to me, personal growth coaching and then business coaching. And I read tons, skill, communication, emotional intelligence, understanding how to communicate and relate to people, and empathizing, having vulnerability, personal authority will rise. Okay. Not everyone's going to thrive in this season. Just understand that. But we can be compassionate to those that have to tap out, right? Hard truth 6 is authority starts internally, not externally. It's the work we do within ourselves. Everything I need is within me. That's the whole saying, right? There's no certification or brokerage or brand that can give you that personal authority. You have to claim it for yourself. You have to know who you are, what you stand for, what it is you will do, won't do, what your values are. You have to decide that for yourself. You have to be able to explain your compensation calmly without apology. This is what it is. This is what the cost is to do business with me. To guide clients instead of convincing them. To say this isn't the right move for you when it's needed. To say, hey, I advise you to wait 6 months. Or hey, this may not be the one for you. This isn't what you wanted. Setting boundaries, saying, please don't call me at midnight. That's not appropriate. Or you don't need to raise your voice at me. That's not appropriate. And it's okay to say those things, to not feel like you have to chase someone and not feel guilty about it. Being okay when someone chooses differently, that's a hard one. We've all been there if you've been an agent where a loved one decides to work with someone else, a friend. It feels like a betrayal, but it's not. It just wasn't for you, right? Authority doesn't beg, it doesn't chase, it doesn't ever explain. It just stands. I love that. Such a great topic, right? The thing is, the message to agents and consumers that to your agents, if you're a leader and you're going to talk to agents, and I'm talking to you if you're an agent, this is your invitation to mature, to not panic, to grow, to expand, to challenge, to be curious. To the consumers out there, to my buyers and sellers, the professionals worth hiring right now are the ones that can guide you, that can speak to why they are guiding you and eloquently communicate how they're going to serve you and how they're going to help you to the next step. Okay, really, really important. They're not just going to amplify things. They're not going to make you more uncertain. They're going to help you understand how to get through the uncertainty and give you some clarity on what's right and wrong for you. So ask yourself, do I feel calmer after speaking to this person? Do I feel clearer? Do I feel respected? That is what authority is and commands. And this is a big thing. Personal authority is not built overnight. Gosh, I think about that because I'm 50 now. And my husband always says every year you are just constantly evolving and changing. And that's a whole nother topic. It's more covered on my Empowered Woman site, not Agent Empowered here. It's something that to remember, you don't have to be the loudest person in the room. You just need to be steady and strong. Just do the work is what I would say. Do the work. Remember, authority isn't given. It's embodied. It's who you are. It's the identity you decide to have. So you can decide to have personal authority over yourself. I'm just curious if you have personal authority or it's something you're actively working on, please comment below. I would love it if you would like or share this topic just with someone that you think could find value in it, and subscribe to the channel if you are a realtor or you're aspiring to be a realtor, or if you want to learn more about real estate. And those of you that are looking to buy or sell in the Richmond market, I'm here, of course, available as well. But until next time, stay empowered in all that you do. And remember, you are responsible for your own personal authority.